This is a picture of Officer Bill Lowe with the Roswell, Georgia Police Department. He serves and protects 500 miles away.
She reminded me of my grandmother.
He's talking about 88-year-old Betty, and this is a picture of her last week outside a Georgia hospital. She was lost with nowhere to go, and we're hiding her identity to protect her.
And I would have been embarrassed if I'd called my children and said that I left this woman stuck in a hospital with no reasonable way to get home to her brother.
Betty was on her way from here in Tampa to her brother's house in Sylva, North Carolina, but somehow she got lost, ended up in Roswell, slept in her car before a Good Samaritan called dispatcher Christy Way, who sent Officer Lowe to her side.
Concerned about your safety.
Betty says her only family is her brother.
And Don had told me he had some health issues, and he really didn't think he was capable of driving that far to Atlanta unless he absolutely had to.
That's when Officer Lowe and his dispatcher decided to take Betty all the way to her brother hours away.
She's over here, sir.
In this video, a little harder to see because it wasn't until 9 o'clock that night that the two got Betty home safely to her brother.
I never heard of this before.
And I know one thing that Don said is he'd never heard of such a thing as driving someone so far. And I told Don, I said, Don, sometimes there's special rules for special people.
You're welcome, ma'am.
A special reunion, all because this officer says it's his duty to protect and serve.
No.